Welcome to season 2, episode 5 of Tight 10 on Titan. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why that's happening.
That's only come on in the last 5 minutes.
Homer, I know. I was looking. I've got multiple kind of screens on. I'm following just in case anyone wants to talk to us on YouTube. In case anyone wants to talk to us on Facebook, and also if anyone wants to talk to us on Twitch. I am losing my voice. What the hell's happening here? I'll just loop this bad boy up.
Okay. Some rum will clear the cobwebs out.
And
Right.
because I was looking because I was looking at these other screens, and there's a bit of a lag. I noticed that we'd counted down, and I was going, "Oh, we've still got 7 seconds left," and then realised that this screen had gone up. I was like, because there's a bit of a lag between channels. This is probably because I've been cheating for the last 24 hours.
You know, is your internet died? Is anything in your house work, John, including you? All right, well, I guess we've lost John for now. And I don't have a copy of the book. Yeah. Anyone in the YouTube comments? I'm guessing not. I couldn't check. John's back.
I've lost my voice on account of coming in second to that Gong Show yesterday.
Hey.
If I had actually won the Gong Show, I wouldn't be able to speak today.
Second place. What was it out of again?
There were 18 people.
18, and you were second place.
18.
Holy shit! Well done.
Nobody in the history of Gong Shows has ever celebrated coming in second in a Gong Show till today.
Yeah, you will take whatever you can get. Or any excuse to drink more rum.
Absolutely. So I'm going up to Dundee with Stevie Youngson tomorrow afternoon, and he's just going to be sick of hearing me kind of going, "That Gong Show was really good, mate. It was really
the whole time.
What, are you doing another one? Are you doing it?"
Maybe I can come first this time.
Well, I was going to say, it's usually downhill, isn't it? I would be like third next time and then fourth. And at what point would I stop celebrating? I came in 16th.
Yeah, I think when you stop breaking into the tens, I think that's when you got to just... I'm definitely in the lower rung here.
Just kind of going, well, I made 4 minutes and 57 seconds before they got me off.
It's close.
I turned up. Right, so anyway.
Dissipation badge.
That's just kind of 100% attendance. Anyway, let's see how the next hour pans out. The fact that I am genuinely losing my voice.
And I don't have a copy of the book, so it's not like I can take over.
I'm just gonna
just switch roles for a week.
And then I'd have to explain to you through the medium of mime. Said, do you want to go left or right? And I would do that, which is my left, but you're right.
And I've got to point that way.
So, Elliot. Bing.
I got the perspective right. I got to get
a fist bump.
Oh shit, the wrong way.
Right, let's do this. Right, anyway, as of previously on over. Right, anyway, so basically, you got through the forest and you managed to not find any elements of this 2-part hammer.
We got to the end.
That's how last week ended, and then you had the opportunity to kind of week back round the forest, and when you were doing so, you got attacked by guys with bows and arrows. But luckily, you survived.
Not luckily, we kicked the shit out of them. Actually, now might be a good time to use one of those healing potions, I feel like.
Well, I mean, you remember you're about you're about to go. You've got 20 pieces of gold, and you're going back to Nostromo's house.
That's right.
More potions. So right now, I'll just say that you got a skill of 13, a stamina of 8, and a luck of 4. Which means you'll be lucky to last the episode.
We'll see.
We've got viewers watching who will hopefully be able to help you through your quest. If you come to
that would be nice.
We're also very happy for them to post any comments as and when they decide that they want to have some sort of interaction. And if possible, I'll try and put it up on screen. But it doesn't always work if you're on one of the other kind of media like Facebook or YouTube. But if you're watching on Twitch, I can usually put the comments up. I can still read other comments out, so I will keep everyone in the loop. The more comments, the better, because my voice right now is just begging to speak almost non-stop.
But the more comments people leave, the more things you're going to have to read out.
Absolutely. And the more complex, the better.
Give John some tongue twisters to read out, please.
Around the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran, says...
They're pretty good with that one.
Says Colchester from Colchester. So anyway, so back at Nostromo's. So you're back at Nostromo's going, mind me, remember me? And he says, yeah, come on in. Anticipated this would happen. I know I'm trying to help you your quest, but I'm still going to take your gold. You follow him up the stairs.
He must think He must think I'm fucking useless. I've just gone into the forest, gone the whole way through the forest, and I've come out like weaker than I was when I went in, and with none of my goals achieved.
But I can still, but he's still willing to sell you stuff as a salesman at the end. Yeah. So, basically, I don't know if you remember this, but I'm going to hurl all these items out to you again. I don't know if you want to scribble stuff down.
I've actually got the whole list right here, but for the the rapt attention of the viewers.
Chris's choice there is good 20 gold pieces, and these cost a variety of prices, which Chris knows. I won't bore you, but he's got the choices of a potion of healing, a potion of plant control, a potion of stillness, which I'm thinking of getting from my boy, a potion of insect control, a potion of anti-poison, holy water, which I'm thinking of getting from my boy, ring of light, which is Madonna's best track, boots of leaping, ropes of climbing, maids of milking, net of entanglement, armband of strength, glove of missile dexterity, which I still think they could sex that one up.
It's a bit dry.
It's a bit of it, exactly. And nobody wants a dry dexterous glove. The rod of water finding, the garlic buds, the headband of concentration, which I'm thinking of getting from a boy, fire capsules, and nose filters, which I'm thinking of getting for myself because of my boy.
You've already got a potion of stillness for your boy. It's under the sink.
Absolutely.
All right, well.
Dark.
It is. Can I get 2 potions of healing?
2 potions of healing?
Yeah, I'm going to use one right now.
Yeah. Right, so that's you down to 14 gold pieces, and you get 3 potions of healing.
Yeah. Give me a potion of insect control. You've got to be able to control your insects. No, I got a potion of plant control. Don't have a potion of insect control.
A potion of incest.
Potion of incest control. That's the department in charge of making sure it goes right.
That's where my dyslexia kicks in. It's just I don't have dyslexia. Apologies to anyone with dyslexia.
Oh, what are you doing in here? I come in here expecting to see insects.
Are you brother and sister? And that's 2 gold pieces to watch brother and sister. But anyway, we just dropped a viewer there. We just dropped one of the viewers dropped off because of our incest joke.
Well, if they can't handle it.
Clearly, They came in. They came in to watch this thinking, do you know, I like fantasy stuff. I'm a fan of Game of Thrones, but as soon as you start mentioning incest, I'm not up for anymore. The whole premise of Game of Thrones.
I wonder how many plot lines in Game of Thrones were driven by incest. There's got to be a fair few.
There were a fair few.
This is so much of it.
There was the whole kind of Daenerys' entire family line, who were ruling the Seven Kingdoms, were basically inbreeding for like generations. And then, of course, there was a wee spoiler alert for anybody that didn't watch Game of Thrones 12 years ago when it came out.
Spoiler alert! It's shit. It ends horribly.
Spoiler. You have high hopes for the first 5 years, and then it goes remarkably downhill remarkably quickly.
Yep, it does indeed.
So there's a fair few. There's a fair few plot points. Are there more incest plot points? I'm wondering if you're going to get kicked off Twitch for this. Are there more incest plot points in Game of Thrones or in the TV show Arrested Development?
Probably still Game of Thrones, but it's close.
Yeah, exactly. There can't be much in it because every so often they just throw a really kind of dubious joke out there in Arrested Development and you go.
Yeah. You know, there was a lot of weird sexual tension in that show.
Absolutely. Wonderful. What are you
Now,
watching?
how many plot lines in Game of Thrones and Arrested Development are driven by insects?
Off the top of my head, I'd say none.
Underrepresented, and that's why we buy a potion of insect control.
Exactly. Are you reconsidering your choices now?
No, I'd like to buy a holy water as well.
Holy water is a good one. Have you got any holy water?
No. No. How much money have I got left?
Oh, I'll tell you in a minute.
All right, I'll wait a minute then.
Well, you'll have to.
I'm gonna.
You've got 9 gold pieces left.
Right, sweet.
It's a sad state of affairs when actually buying stuff in a shop is more exciting than when we're in battles.
Oh yeah, it's way more exciting than the battles. Really? The battles suck. It's just you. It's you crouched off camera, pretending to roll dice.
4.
You just down there taking shots.
Exactly. Just hiding my alcoholism. There wasn't even an army of orcs in that cleaning.
That's how we mixed up that werewolf thing when we got in that trap. That was all wrong. Just 2 of the pages had stuck together.
You had to do it. I forgot about that. Right, you've got 9 gold pieces left.
Right, a net of entanglement.
A net of entanglement?
Yes. A net du entanglement.
I don't know why I'm repeating these because I can barely talk. Net of entanglement, 3 gold pieces. You get 6 gold pieces left, my friend.
All right, we'll do a double purchase. We'll go 1 stillness, and we'll go the rod of water finding. Bam, bam.
Okay. Potion of stillness. And what was the other one there?
Rod of water finding.
Rod of water finding.
That's me, isn't it? Rod McBelfast. I'll find you water. No bother, pal. I'll find you water. Sure, that's the rod of water finding. You can find any pub.
Now you've got no gold. You've used all your gold.
All of it. I've given it all to Nostromo.
Nostromo. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you're back at Nostromo's in 4 weeks' time?
Just get him to turn me into a frog. Wait, did that option come up again? That would be hilarious if that came up again in the second run. And if you get the hammer, you can actually kill him.
It did actually come up, but I decided to skip past it because I thought I'm not spending a whole week with you. Two minutes of you saying, "Fuck it, I'm going to turn into a frog," and then we just have to fill up with 58 minutes of me losing my voice.
Make you sing songs increasing in volume.
Indeed.
All right. Well,
you wanted to use a potion of healing.
Yeah.
Right. So, what does the potion of healing do? Just talk amongst yourselves. Potion of healing heals you.
Full health. Just full health, full stop.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, full heal would be good. And we got we got 3 of them, so because I already had one and I bought 2.
Potion
right?
of healing. Yep. Potion of healing. The potion of strength will restore your stamina to your initial level.
So it's a full heal. Well,
yeah.
Who would have thought it?
Yep. So, do you remember your initial level was?
18.
It was 18.
I'm paying attention. By the way, I stopped tracking how many decisions we made. I lost count at
excellent
at 15. I got to 15 and then the ADHD kicked in and I couldn't do it.
I'm running out of fingers and toes here. I'm going to have to give this a pass.
Only reason I could have that many is, the previously mentioned incest plot lines.
So you're back up to your initial strength. Have you got any potions of luck or anything?
I don't sell them. I wish they did. They did in the last game.
That'd have been brilliant.
Wait, did I already have a Rod of Water Finding?
I can't see it.
Oh, then maybe I didn't. Wait, cool. Deep scan has finished. No issues found. Well, that's good news because I thought I was going to have to get a new PC.
So you don't like a potion of luck? That'd have been awesome.
Would have been lucky.
It would have been very lucky because you really need luck right now.
I do.
So,
did you see that scene in Deadpool 2 where Domino uses her luck power?
I've seen Deadpool 2, so you would think.
Were you shooken awake during Deadpool 2 while at the cinema? Dad, wake up.
Dad, wake up. I'm like, why did I take my child to see Deadpool 2? Back when he was 2. Do you know, I've seen Deadpool 2 and I can remember that Cable was in it.
Yeah, Cable, wasn't it? He was also Thanos, wasn't he, that guy?
Yeah.
What'd you call him?
Rodney McBelfast.
Rodney McBelfast, you're right.
No, it's
Hey, well, what I put a comment down. Something.
Was his dad known the Amityville Horror?
What, Ryan Reynolds?
No, Cable's dad.
No, I'm saying Ryan Reynolds was in the remake of the Amityville Horror.
Oh, was he?
It's just getting confusing now. Yeah, he was. He played. He makes a terrible serial killer looking dude. Like I thought he was. Like I don't know. He's just not intimidating to me.
No, absolutely me neither. But what's his name? What's Cable's name?
Jake. Jake.
Brolin. Thingy Brolin.
Oh.
Thingy Brolin will do. Makes him sound like a character out of Jeeves and Wooster. Oh, Thingy Brolin.
Thingy Brolin's come round to look at the horse's shoes.
Fuck, is it Josh Brolin? No.
Yeah, it is Josh. You're right.
Anyways, Dad's James Brolin, who is.
I feel like if we keep this up and the years roll on, more and more of the time of this show is going to be consumed with us just trying to fucking remember people's names.
We should just every week we should try and remember something else that happened in Deadpool 2. Like a new section.
It's a wee feature section. Every season we'll pick a new movie. It's what happened in Carlito's Way.
Honestly, and it's not as if I didn't enjoy Deadpool 2. Can't remember a thing about it. I remember thinking the first one was better, but
the effects in the second one were better. The first one was better put together, maybe a bit formulaic, but Domino has a bit in it where her ability is just being lucky. Well, they do it. Deadpool doesn't like ratify that as an actual power, so he's like, I don't understand what you mean you're lucky. It doesn't make sense to me. And she's like, I am lucky. And then it's like everyone gets like caught in wind and like they're all parachuting down. One of them gets caught on an electricity line and shit. Anyway, she manages to land perfectly where she needs to be, and like she like walks through the thing. People's guns jam when they like try and shoot her. And like a car will roll and crush everyone, but she'll like the sunroof will like go on her and then come off and bullshit like that. Not exactly that, but stuff like that. But it's just, oh man, I have never seen just a luck montage before, and it was fucking brilliant.
That's what you need now.
That's what I need. I need Domino's luck.
Is that not also a Black Cat superpower in the Marvel? Did they run out of powers?
Black Cat, Black Cat, Spider-Man,
Black Cat not got like luck powers?
Probably. I bet there's loads. I bet there's loads of people with luck powers in Marvel and DC.
They justify that by saying that Domino's is obviously a mutation because she's a mutant, and Black Cat isn't because she's no. That's what they usually do. It's not the same person because that's mutant powers.
Did she get bit by a radioactive cat then? I don't know her origin story.
I can't remember how she got lucky. But there was an in-universe reason that suddenly she was lucky. And I don't even know if it's still true.
It was just one arc.
I'm sure if anybody's watching this and they know, is Black Cat still lucky?
Well,
like she used to have like this kind of she would get out of situations just by being lucky.
Like guns jamming.
But I'm sure Black Cat. Do you know, two different writers simultaneously went, we're going to make something that's lucky, and then next month in Marvel they're kind of going, we've got two really lucky characters now. They've got it.
Everyone copied Spider-Man. Like everyone was like, okay, animal and person. It's always the same. Like the tech, Ant-Man, Spider-Man,
radiation, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm reading. Sorry, right. We will get to the question. I'm rereading all the Marvel comics from 1962 to present.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm currently on 1969.
How long has that taken you?
Not that long, to be honest. Because I mean,
I'm the same. Whenever I'm reading comics, I tend to just read loads. Like gonna go.
Absolutely. The thing being as well that there were less comics. There were less comics back then. So like for like almost an entire year, all that was running was the Fantastic Four.
I remember I had a collection. It was like an annual. Well, not an annual, but it was a collection of all of like the first comics of loads of different Marvel ones, just reprinted. I remember Fantastic Four being in it, being like the old stuff's hilarious.
Yeah, I know, absolutely.
It's so silly.
I know, absolutely. But it's really weird. The quality between 1962 and 1969 is starkly different.
Oh, yeah.
I remember in 1967, it starts to get really good. Well, maybe 1966. And there's a point up to that where I'm thinking, just give up, mate. Because I've actually attempted this before and just went, I'm not having this. But the quality just, see, it's almost when the first issue of Daredevil comes out. First issue of Daredevil's an absolute cracker. And all the other kind of titles at that point kind of quickly follow suit. But anyway, the reason it's a lot quicker is I'm going to slow down significantly because, as I said, like for like the first year, the only title they've got running is the Fantastic Four, and it's bi-monthly. So like to get through 1963 was like reading 6 comics, and now I'm at the stage of 1969 where I think I'm reading about 18 titles. So obviously, and they've now gone from kind of bi-monthly to monthly. So I'm just like, so that 1962, 1963, 1964,
when you get to like 2009, you're gonna have so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as a frame of reference, on a monthly is not quite the case now, but on a monthly basis, DC Comics usually print between 50 and 60 comics a month.
Holy shit. Christ.
You used to have a kind of standard kind of flagship kind of core titles of 52 titles.
That's 600 to 700 a year.
Yeah. So and Marvel aren't much different.
Yeah, well, I bet not.
Yeah, so they're pretty comparable. So there is going to definitely be a point where I'm slowing down somewhat and I kind of go, oh, what year are you on now? 1983. 6 months later, what year are you on now? 1983.
As the comic production technology advances over the years, though, it's going to just get the quality, well, maybe not the quality of the stories.
Yeah.
Compared to 1962, probably, yes, but but there'll be obviously dips, but the whole way through, the quality of art should just be getting incredible.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And then people just kind of they can do things so much faster now. But I will say, see these comics back in the 1960s, they're a lot denser than they are now. It takes you twice as long to read a 1960s comic than it does to read one that's out right now. Because they don't have like the equivalent of like, when you've got like the full page spread of just the thing punching the Hulk in the face. And you kind of go, oh, this cost me £3.50. And that's his last 2 page spread. It's clobbering time. Whereas the kind of, they used to do the kind of, the kind of the nine boxes and the 1 page sort of thing. And it was a lot denser and a lot kind of longer story,
Yeah, they were more about
talking about it. There was a lot more kind of.
Well, that must be as well because they were bi-monthly. Because you had 2 months to tell, that amount of story rather than a month.
Absolutely. The thing as well is that poor Stan Lee was fucking writing all of them at the beginning. Anyway, Stan, we've decided to move these 8 titles here right to monthly. He's like,
you literally doubled my work. Literally doubled it.
I know there'll be people watching this. I think you'll find that Stan Lee gets a lot more credit than he deserves. Jack Kirby was throwing a lot of plot points. I'm just like, I'm not refuting that, right? I'm just saying that I don't want to get it. We're on a quest here. Right? But there was still a small core of people making these titles. And there was a lot of work, and sure enough, it's going to go. We're moving the X-Men to monthly. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's actually quite funny because you notice it more when you're reading them in quick succession. And I was reading this Spider-Man. That was a plot. That was a plot of a Daredevil comic from like 4 months before. And I just hope nobody will notice.
Just recycle it. Well, it was harder to get back issues back then.
Hopefully they missed that one.
Yeah, they do that in TV shows a lot. You see, if one like producer or writer does multiple series, you can see the same plot arc, not arcs, maybe not the whole arc, but you'll see like the plots of individual episodes just repeat again and again.
But as a society, we've become a lot kind of arsier now, and I think it's because of the internet. And people don't see that as kind of copying yourself. They just say, "Did you see the homage?"
The homage. They've been doing that for years. Did you watch Spaced? Simon Pegg and. So, did you have it on DVD or?
I do have it on DVD, of course.
Have you watched it with the homaggio meter?
Do you know I haven't? I haven't, but I will. But I do know there's a ton of homages in it.
Just literally every time one comes up, the subtitle will give you the name of the movie and the episode number if it's like if it references itself, it'll say Spaced Season 1 Episode 5 or whatever. So they literally they even call back their own callbacks.
I'm going to dig out the DVDs now. I'm going to do that because obviously in the first episode they've got like homages to the Evil Dead and The Shining and
loads of stuff. Every episode is just jam packed.
Oh God, absolutely, yeah. It's just a thing of beauty. I love Space, and I'm about to rewatch it now. So yeah, no, I'm going to because I've got them in DVD. I'm going to look them out. I like them out. Just the problem is that because I don't really use DVDs, I cannot medium anymore. I'm constantly just because I stream a lot of stuff now, and then people say, "Oh, have you got such a DVD?" And I go, "Yeah, but it's going to take me 6 months to find it." Anyway, back to the quest.
Yeah, we've been talking piss for like 10 minutes.
As tangents go, this has been pretty good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this one. I'm sure we've lost all the rest of the viewers, but that's all right. I had a nice wee chat about comics.
I don't think we're doing this for the viewers. Sorry, viewers.
It's never really been about you. Do you know, more than anything else, this was about, well, originally anyway, this was more just about chilling in lockdown.
Absolutely.
It's just chilling with potentially an audience.
I just noticed that Ian Hume wrote James about probably 40 minutes ago. I have no idea.
James?
He just wrote James. No idea. No idea.
There's no James here.
If I'd seen it when he wrote it, because I went off on a tangent, and if I'd seen it when he wrote it, it probably made perfect sense. I'm kind of going, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I mean, I don't remember what James was an answer to.
Exactly. But Ian, if you're still watching, I'd love to know what you meant by
that. I don't think he's still watching on this. He doesn't strike me as a comic book fan.
Comic book or Spaced. Anyway.
Well, I mean, he might like Spaced, but I don't. I mean, he might like comic books as well.
He might like comic books. I know. Yeah.
I've met Ian, and he doesn't strike me as a comic book enjoyer, but he could be.
No, he's not a geek like us. He's a well-rounded individual. That can talk to women. Like us, just kind of.
I don't even talk to people. It's just you.
I mean, this is the closest I can't be talking to people.
I can't even read their comments. You have to read them out for me.
I have to read them out then. Even though I'm telling you, you just have to kind of look away.
All right. What were we doing? Yeah, I've forgotten where we were at. We haven't even left yet. We need to leave again.
Yeah, you're not even back in the forest yet.
But I don't remember what choice I made the first time. So I can't remember if I might end up doing the same thing again.
Would it be great if you just did the exact same bit verbatim?
Oh shit! I really don't remember. Wait, was Jamie? Oh, yeah. Jamie, were you watching in that episode? Jamie, are you there? Jamie, do you want? Oh no, no one was watching the first one because it was the first of the season.
Yeah, I don't think Jamie's watching. But anyway, right? So let's do this. You're about to start your quest in the forest. Let's see what happens.
It's funny that you just said that we're starting the quest and we're 34 minutes in.
34 minutes in. Well, you know, you did buy potions and stuff. It's not as if we've been completely.
We buy potions, and I'm also going to say that conversation about comics was canon, and it was a conversation that I had with Nostromo.
Yes, Nostromo.
We just sat in a chat. He let me smoke some of his pipe.
Did you like Daredevil back in the 1960s?
It really was a breakthrough in terms of artistic quality. The rest of everybody else followed suit.
Fucking hell. Right, we're going to go back in the circle again. Let's start the quest. So anyway, you leave the tower. Outside, I'm losing my voice. I don't know why I want to talk more, but I'm going to.
I don't leave the tower, I leave the tar.
The tower, the tar.
The tar. I leave
Rodney
tar.
McBelfast doesn't leave towers, he leaves tars.
He does. He leaves
Tars.
tars.
Outside the bright light, you notice the dead quietness ahead. A narrow path leads northwards, and the tall grass surrounding Nostromo's tower into the dense underground of dark wood forest. In a few strides, you're surrounded by the dark and tangled forest.
Again.
Stones and rotted roots seem to hide in the shadows, and you can almost believe they're trying to trip you up. You can almost believe it because you've been here before. The light quickly fades, and the air becomes moist and unpleasant. Deeper and deeper you go into the gloom, and eventually the path forks on either side of a huge old tree, and you've got the choice of going the way you went before or the other way. No, you've got the choice of going west or east, and you can't even remember.
I can't. I literally can't. Do you know what I'm picturing, by the way? I don't know how well this is going to work, but do you remember that? Maybe I won't even bother. I was going to link it into the thing, but do you remember that bit in Mr. Bean where he goes on the roller coaster, and it's just like everyone's screaming and that. That's how I feel walking back into the forest as you describe all of the things I've seen. I just walk in
here. It's going to be even worse if you go the same way you went before, and you discover you're faced with an evil Minotaur, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Will you stop wanking, Minotaur, and just let me get on with this?
Absolutely. So you're going west or east. I don't know if anyone watching has any opinion on this, or if they remember the way you went last time.
All I know is, like, as soon as I make a choice, within a paragraph, I'll know if it's the same way or not. Something is telling me that I went west last time.
Well, I was just about to say that I could give you a hint because I think I know what way you went. And because you said it, I'll agree with you. I think you went west last time as well.
I did because I remember picking west, and then I remember wishing that I picked east so I could sing Eastbound and Down, and then I did sing it later on in that episode, I think.
So, do you want to go east then?
Eastbound and Down, loaded up on trucking. Are we going to do what they say can't be done? We have a long way to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound. Watch that band. Fuck, I couldn't hold it together.
That was beautiful.
I wrote it myself.
It's
not how you pour.
That was me doing, I don't know. Right, anyway. So you go east and you die.
Oh, fuck, finally. Next book.
I'm all joking. The narrow path continues to cut its way through the tangled forest. Strange animal cries and noises echo through the trees. No. You've gone the other way. This is new. This is
still
new.
A forest.
Well, it's a forest of doom, you prick. Really. At last, the path widens to approximately a metre across. Soon you arrive at a moss-covered wooden signpost that reads north and east. Look at that. There you go.
Wow, they actually gave me a signpost. Well, the crow's pointing north, so let's go north.
Just as you... Wait a minute. There's more.
Am I jumping the gun?
Just as you're deciding which way to continue, you hear the words, "Good afternoon." You look up the direction of the voice and see the crow, a crow looking down at you inquisitively. "Good afternoon," you reply slowly, feeling a little foolish. The crow speaks again, asking which way you're headed. You reply that you're looking for two goblins, small and sinewy creatures with brown, scaly skin.
I always pictured goblins as green.
Yeah, no, so did I. 1 gold piece will buy me advice, states the crow confidently. So you've got the choice of paying the crow for advice, which you can't because you've got no gold.
Fuck.
Or go north and carry eastwards. See, you should have kept some gold.
Wait. Fuck. Okay. Well, he was pointing north in the picture, so I'm going north. I'm gonna be like, I don't have any money, Mr. Crow.
Oh.
In fact, could I borrow some money? You're rarely so enthusiastic about the choices. You're rarely like, good choice. You're always like, I don't know about this one. But you were really enthusiastic about north.
Walking along the path, you hear footsteps and arguing voices ahead of you. Do you want to meet the owners of these voices, or rather hide in the bushes and let them pass?
I'll hide in the bushes and let them pass. Like a cat.
Fair enough.
Would also like to pick my balls like a cat.
Well, I mean, it wasn't an option, but I mean, you can try while you're there. You hear the rustling and stab in and kill you. As you crouch in the bushes off the path, the voices get louder. Then two pairs of spindly legs and tattered cloth shuffle past you quickly, kicking up dirt and dust. The voices soon fade away into the distance. You step out to the path again and press on northwards. You missed out on some adventure there. To the left of the path,
this is why I always go for some, like, that's why I always go for the obviously action-orientated option.
And now you're
because
hiding.
The times that I do, I just like, the times that I don't, or the times that I pick, like, hide, it's like, yeah, that's probably smart, but I'm a bit bored now.
Yeah,
I should have done something.
To the left of the path, you notice a large hole in the ground with a diameter of some 3 meters. Walking over to the edge of the hole, you see it sloping off into the depths of the earth. Do you wish to walk down into the hole or continue walking northwards?
No, I'll go north. Why am I jumping into a hole?
Well, don't then.
Do you know what? Jumping into the hole is going on the deleted scene.
Good call. Right, okay. Jumping into the hole is going to be a deleted scene in 10 minutes.
Fuck yeah, in 10 minutes. Oh my god, we've talked so much shit this episode.
So continue walking north, away from the whole of the whole of doom. At last, the trees begin to thin out, and shafts of sunlight beam down through the gaps on either side of the path. As the path widens, you see a large cave entrance set a few yards back onto the right. Do you want to examine the cave or continue northwards?
If I was a goblin, I might live in a cave.
That's a fair point.
I would like to examine I mean, my goal isn't to get through this unharmed. I mean, that's almost what I did the first time. My goal is to find this fucking... I don't think it's going to be in the hole. I don't think those two passers-by had it. I think that a goblin might live in a cave and might have it in here. That's how I'm going to play now. I'm going to play smart.
The goblin's maybe the two passers-by, but okay. Examine the cave. Slowly you peer into the cave and see the huge shape of an ogre.
Fuck, that's like two size categories too big.
Walking over to a wicker cage with a bowl of water in his great hand. He's dressed in animal furs and carries a stone club in his belt.
I was two out because it goes goblin, orc, and ogre.
Yep. There appears to be a small creature jumping around inside the cage. Your choices are pick up a rock and throw it at the ogre, rush in and attack the ogre with your sword, or leave the cave and continue up the path.
Could be a goblin in that cave.
Could be.
Cage, rather. Do you know what? I'm going to go for what I believe to be the most appropriate solution. I would like to charge in and attack the ogre.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do the most exciting part of this whole thing. Combat.
Right, okay. You draw your sword as you enter the cave. The ogre throws down the wooden bow and lifts the large stone club from his belt. He grunts and lopes towards you. Prepare for battle.
Well, I would like to draw my sword and step up to the Augie.
He's got a skill of 8.
Oh, he's mincemeat.
He's got a skill of 8 and a stamina of 12.
Wow, that's quite a lot of stamina for a fucking for an enemy.
You need to beat him 6 times. You need to beat him 6 times to win this. But you do have a 7 advantage. You've got a 5 advantage in your dice rolls.
I'll beat him 6 times. Have a cigarette, flip him over, and then beat him 6 more times.
Let's do this. This is the exciting part for anyone who's not watched before. This is the exciting part of combat.
I feel like I should have a go at commentating the combat. Just be like,
he's rolled a double 6.
Box cars. He's rolled box cars.
Yep.
Bastard.
So you just need to roll.
That's it.
You need to roll 7 or more. You need to roll 7 or more with 2 dice.
It's doable. It's over half, but it's doable.
And it was doable. You get 8.
So he had a strong opening move. Come in. What's his weapon? Has he got a club? I assume, or
club.
Yeah, swing. That's a strong opener. Box cars. That's like a perfect club swing, whatever that is. 4. He's got to say 4 before it.
Yeah, he got 7 there. So you need to roll more than 2.
More than 2.
And you get 7 as well. So he's down to 8. So 4 more.
Slash across the cheeks, like at the end of The Princess Bride.
Good movie.
Great movie.
You just rolled an 8, so you can't. You need to roll 3 or more.
Hello, my name is Rodney McBelfast. You trapped the creature in a cage, prepared to die.
I introduced my kids to that relatively recently. They loved it. He rolled an 8.
Hey, I'm gonna make balloon animals out of this guy's intestines.
You only need to hit him 2 more times, and you can do that. Right, he rolled a 3 there, so you can't lose that.
A 3? That's like he swings a club and accidentally bangs it off the ceiling.
All right, 1 more.
Here we go. The money shot.
He rolled a 3 again. You stab him in the face.
Straight through his face. The entire face.
Straight through his face. And he doesn't even know he's dead. And he goes, oh! And then falls on you and you die. The end. Good. So you're both lying dead. So you won.
I did.
As the ogre slumps to the ground with a sword through his face. It doesn't say
all
that.
All the way through.
All the way through his face. The
hilt. I pushed it through. Yeah, I even got the hilt. I worked the hilt through and got the back end out. It took way more effort than it was worth.
And you just said, no, you look at it and you just say, worth it.
That always annoyed me, right? This is another tangent, but I played a game. I played a game years ago, Assassin's Creed Unity, and you could. It was the first one of those games where you could like really pick what weapon you wanted, and I used a spear, and each of the weapons had like a little kill cinematic if you like did a certain thing. Anyway, the first spear you get is like a straight stick with a blade in the end, and one of the kill animations, you sort of like impale them and then let the spear rest on the ground so they start to slide down it, and then you grab it from the other side and pull the spear out of them, right? So it goes all the way through, and it makes sense with the first spear. But I had a spear that was like it had like big wings and stuff out the side of it, and I was just like clipping this through. That would slice him in half, and it was just the weight of his body falling on it that like impaled him through these big wings. Absolutely ridiculous. Always bothered me.
And did you think it'd be better if there was an animation where you're like, and then you have to kind of move on inside and pull it back through?
Well, what would be really cool if there was an animation where you stab them and then try to do that, stop, and then like flick them around and throw them off the front of it. That would be cool. It's like, oh, damn, I forgot I've got the wings on today.
I was better off with the bog standard spear.
It goes all the way through in one smooth motion. Like shit through
the ogre slumps to the ground. The creature in the cage jumps around even more frantically than before. Your choices are to take a closer look at the creature in the cage, search through the contents of the cave, or leave the cave immediately. But why would you do that?
Well, I'd like to search through the contents of the cave first.
Okay, let's do it.
Because it could be a piece of the hammers in here, you know.
That's true. There is not much of interest to be found in the cave. A straw bed, stone jars, a table, and a chair are all the things that are immediately visible. But on a stone shelf above the bed, a small silver box catches your eye. Do you want to try and open the silver box?
Yes.
Or do you want to ignore the silver box and walk over to the creature in the cage? Or do you want to just leave? I always have to kind of give you the option of leaving.
Okay, just let me get the box done. I want to try and open it.
You want to try to open the box? You gently prise the lid off the box, but as you do so, a yellow gas escapes and envelops your face. Do you possess the nose filters?
Yes. Yes, I do. I got them. You know what? I got them the first time I bought from Nostromo. Yeah. The first time Nostromo was dealing to me.
Do you want to use the nose filters more importantly?
It'd be funny if I said no. It's like, no, I'm all right. No, I definitely will use them. I definitely
will use them. I think that's a good idea. The gas is toxic and your eyes start to water. You hold your breath long enough to find the nose filters and you slip them into place inside your nostrils. You inhale tentatively, but all is well. After a while, the gas cloud around your face fades away. You put the silver box into your backpack. So there you go. You just put the silver box in your backpack. There's nothing exciting in the box.
Wait, it's just a box with poison in it. And we've emptied the poison out, so now it's literally just a box.
Now your choices are to go over and just walk over to the creature in the cage or leave.
So would you like to buy a box of cold poison?
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'll go to the cage. Sure. Let me get a look at this thing. Let me get a squatch at it.
Inside the cage, a small sinewy creature with bright, scaly skin is jumping up and down. He's a goblin, and he's got a black shiny rod. This gets a bit explicit. He's got a black shiny rod hanging in a leather cord around his neck. Okay. Do you want to unlock the cage door or ignore him?
I got to unlock the door. I need to be quick here, though. He's not faster than me.
He's not faster than you. You unlock the door. I'm going to take a glass of water.
It's obviously been dredged from a canal.
You unlock the door and step back, drawing your sword in case the goblin tries to attack you. He picks up a wooden stool and, moving in the air, kicks the door open and charges at you, screaming, "You have to fight the goblin!"
Good.
Wait.
Imagine, right? Just imagine you were sitting in a cage, and there was a fucking giant, a literal giant, huge, and they were keeping you in that cage. And then a slightly smaller giant comes in and kills the first giant, and then they let you out of the cage. are you going to attack the giant? You'd be like, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Anything you need.
Well, unless he's really angry because you stumbled upon a couple's BDSM game and you've just killed his partner.
Yeah, that's true. Although, I mean,
he was yelling the safe word. He was yelling the safe word as you were killing the ogre.
They do have big ears to hold on to, don't they?
Just all the more for grabbing onto.
You can actually you can wind stuff around, and then you can do that with her ear. You can wind it around once and then get a proper grab on both the ears.
That's the goblin way.
That's the ogre way.
So that's the ogre way. There's a reason it's called goblin. A skill of 5. You've got a skill of 5 and a stamina of 4. You've got a skill of 13, so I think you might win this. Because you have to.
I want him cleft in twain.
If he gets less than 8 on a dice roll, then you've automatically won. And the first roll is a 7. So you stab him, and you just need to stab him one more time, and then it's job's a good one.
I want to cut him in half. I want to cut him properly.
Well, you just rolled a 4, so you cut him in half. There you go.
Yes. From bottom to top. I want to start in half.
I was looking for 2 goblins, so there you go. So you won big style.
I'd like to use a half a goblin held at the ankles as a weapon, dual wielding one in each hand.
Well, let me tell you something.
Nunchucks.
This is a good point to potentially end on. You bend down over the lifeless body of the mad goblin and examine the rod around his neck. The rod is made of ebony, and there's a screw thread at one end. You're excited to see the letter P. What?
Is it polished ebony by any chance?
You're excited to see the letter G neatly inscribed at the other end of what must be the handle of a dwarfish warhammer.
We're here. We're at the gates of success.
You've got half of the warhammer.
Yes. Wait. Oh shit. That means probably West had the other half. Does this mean we're going to have to do another loop?
Exactly.
Probably. I mean, I'm up for another loop.
Of hammer West G. There you go. Well done.
Finally getting somewhere.
You put your find in the backpack and leave the cave to continue your quest northwards. Exciting times. We'll stop at the next choice. Walking along the path, you do not notice a rope noose hidden beneath some fallen leaves ahead of you. Your foot catches in a noose, and suddenly you're hauled into the air by the rope, which is tied to a sprung tree. In a second, you're hanging upside down, suspended by your trapped foot.
Fuck.
You need to test your luck.
Oh, fuck. No.
You need to test your luck. If you're lucky, your sword remains in its scabbard and you're able to cut yourself down. And if you're unlucky, your sword slips from its scabbard and it drops to the ground, leaving you dangling helplessly. You've got a luck of 4 and you've got 2 dice.
Oh, God. I got to roll. I could only roll a 2 and a 1 or a 1 and a 1.
2 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1.
That's the only options.
Oh, you rolled a 6 and a 1.
Fuck. Damn.
Your luck is got down to 3 if you indeed survive this.
So the next block roll I do, only snake eyes.
Only snake eyes will do it.
And then I will lose a luck, so the one after that, no matter what, I will fail. And every subsequent one.
You curse as you wonder who set this infernal trap. After 10 minutes, you hear footsteps and begin to panic, making frantic swaying movements in the air, trying to free your boot from the noose. Then a small boy dressed in green leather shorts and a green shirt appears. He's chewing on what looks He's chewing what looks like a chicken bone. He walks underneath you and looks up and smells and says, "Ha ha! somebody's caught in an ogre's tree trap. You ask him politely to pass you your sword. That's going to cost you 5 gold pieces.
Well, I don't have any fucking money.
Or perhaps you get a nice magical item for me, he says, eyes widening.
Oh, you little cunt.
You're in no position to argue, and you have to give the boy either gold, which you don't have, or one of your magical items.
Can I just ask, does garlic count as a magic item?
Does what?
Do the garlic buds count as a magic item?
Yes, they do. They do. They're a magical item. Are they not a magical item from the Stromo shop? The Stromo
son,
from Alien?
Son, you are in for a treat, son. I have got just the thing for you if you want to get me down out of this.
Do you want to get the garlic buds? Do you want to give him the garlic buds?
He's getting the garlic buds.
Give him the garlic. You've given him the garlic buds.
Can you imagine?
The small boy who has a love for garlic passes you your sword and runs way down the path. You cut the rope, hold your foot and fall heavily to the ground. You get to your feet and brush down the dirt from your clothes and continue northwards. We'll get to a choice in a minute. You notice a knotted vine hanging down to the ground from a tree on your left. You look up and see a roughly made tree house amid the branches. And this is your choice that we're going to end on. You've got the choice of climbing up the vine to the tree house or continue walking north. You've got a week to think about that.
Yeah. We'll mull on that one for a week. We best get to
mull on that one for a week. Oh, so I know we've been going for just over an hour, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to do your deleted scene.
Yeah. Let's do the deleted scene.
Your deleted
Jump into the hole.
Right, okay. So treehouse has, but your deleted scene was wandering down into the hole. As you descend into the hole, you notice large amounts of slime secreted by some huge creature. And you've got the choices of climbing back out of the hole and continuing walking northwards or carrying on down the hole.
Yo, this is so clearly a bad choice that they've already given us. Already given an exit point. It's like you crawl down into a massive hole. It's full of weird slime. Do you want to leave? No, of course not. Let's fuck about with the slime.
The slope is steep and you slip in the slime, tumbling head over heels down the hole to the bottom into a large earthen cavern. You jump to your feet and are alarmed to see the shiny tip of a poisoned barb and the tail end of a huge stingworm coming straight at you. Here it is here.
Damn it. Fuck me. Did I make this hole?
The stingworm is about 5 meters long and has huge yellow segments, but all you care about is protecting yourself from the barb. There's no time to scrabble out of the hole. You have to draw your sword and fight it.
Yeah, well, we can skip that because we know I'd obviously win.
You can skip the fight because you would win. You win the fight, blah, blah, blah. You walk around the lifeless bulk of the worm to examine the contents of its lair. There are several skeletons, perhaps those belonging to other unfortunate adventurers. By the side of one of them, you find a leather backpack. Inside the backpack, you find 4 gold pieces, which would have held you in good stead, and a small corked bottle containing a colourless liquid. And you've got the choices of drinking the contents of the bottle or leaving. Fuck it, just drink it.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch. You look at the bottle in your hand and then quickly gulp down its contents, because you would, wouldn't you? In real life, you'd be like, "Aye." You wait several seconds for some reaction, but nothing happens. However, when you come to pick up your sword, which you had put down to examine the backpack, a surge of confidence runs through your body. The liquid is a potion of weapon skill and would have allowed you to add 1 point to future dice rolls. Its effect will last for your next 2 combat encounters. But you don't have it. So it doesn't matter.
It's temporary. Oh, I don't give a fuck about temporary buffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not worth the fight. Could have been hurt. I made the right call.
So yeah, I think you made the right call. So, but that was still quite. That'd have been a nice wee kind of segue. But basically, You've got a week to decide whether you want to investigate a treehouse or not. How's that for a cliffhanger?
Yeah, I mean, I already know what I'm picking, but I will keep all of our many fans on tenterhooks.
Absolutely, all of them. They've all got seats, but they're only using the edge of them. Hey guys, on that note, we're going to finish for this week's episode of Tight Ten and Time. Considering we went on a bizarre history of Marvel Comics segue, that was quite a productive hour.
It was actually. We got a lot done. We did indeed. Yeah, what happened there was my earphone just fell out because I swung around and pulled out my PC. I couldn't hear anything.
You didn't miss anything. You just heard me doing my Marge Simpson impression. Over. Right, guys.
How they massacred my boy.
Right. We're going to go now. It's been an absolute belter as always, Chris. Can't wait to see what Rodney McBelfast does next. See you next week on Tight Ten and Time.
See you next week. Bye-bye now.